Well, hi everybody. It looks like I've done it again. I came down here, I'm logging, cutting firewood today, and I had a bunch of big deadfalls in my trail that I wanted to make, so I decided, well, I'm just going to come down with the skid steer and push them out of the way instead of doing it by hand. And then I had a couple trees here that I'd hung up the other night when I was cutting in here, and I said, well, I'll just go pop them up and let them fall down instead of having the horses pull them down, which I would normally just have them do. And in the process, I got stuck down in here between the rocks and the trees and everything else, and I'm just stuck. I can't move at all. I thought I was going to get out of there. I almost made it once, but now I'm way down behind some stones, and there's just no way in the world I'm coming out of there. So I have no choice but to hitch the horses on and have them pull me out. Not too long ago, I did a video of myself hitching on and by voice command asking the animals to pull out my tractor, and of course if you watched that video you saw what happened there. But I also had said at that time I've done this many times, and especially in the woods I've gotten situations and on my landing where this skid steer has got stuck, and I have pulled this out so many times I don't remember how many, but it's just the way it works. So it's really nice to have a team of horses that you can do that with. So I will get myself situated up and see if I can't get this pulled out of here. Yep, cheek. Oh, cheek. Oh, how about? Up here. Yep, step pa. Oh, how about? Oh, no. So on a skid steer, there's a spot on the machine itself down low I need to get hitched onto, and I'll run the chain underneath the forks. Back up here. Holla bit. Oh. Step pa. Oh. Back up here. Oh. No. Oh. No. Back, half step. Back up here. Back up here. Yep. Step pa. Yep. Oh, no. Okay, what I'm doing is positioning them away from the landing so they don't have to go. And now I've got the skid steer up here high out of the ruts, but I got a stump right here. So I'm gonna hitch the chain and hopefully back up enough and spin it so I can get back out there where I'm supposed to be. A skid steer is not a skidder in any shape or form. It will get hung up really fast and really easy, so it's not the wisest thing to be having the woods too often, but once in a while I'll do things like this. So the horses are staying right here waiting, and we're gonna hitch onto this one maple right here and just pull that off, that mess. And then we'll come back and get the rest of these. Jerry. G. Hip back. Oh. Hey. 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 A little bit. Careful. Oh. Up here. Oh. Yep. Hope. Feel a bit. Feel a bit. Careful. Oh. Nope, bye. Oh. Bye. Oh. Ho. Chill about. G, cuffs up. Oh. Nope. Bye. High step. So here we are today trying to get all of my horses a little bit more used to the new horse that we just got. Now I've been going to choose a name for this horse that came with the registered name of Barney, but I haven't totally decided what to call him even yet.
That's what I was thinking. That's a whole lot of horsing around.
Someone had mentioned in the comments that I should be getting rid of these cement blocks in my barnyard, which came off of that wall of the sawmill building. And I agree completely, but I'm just waiting on an Amish guy has actually bought them, so he's supposed to be coming to pick them up soon. So I hope he gets them out of here also, so that no one gets hurt on them.
Yeah, get them used to each other. Go say hi.
we have one strand of electric fence on top of the wooden fence to keep them from fighting too much over the top, and that works good. So my new horse and the black horses have been getting along pretty well, and so I'm just putting the Belgians in this barnyard just to kind of get them used to each other a little bit, but they probably won't be running together at all this summer, except for what time I have with the stud with Lady to possibly get her bred.
They look pretty good together, I thought.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if he just touched his nose on there because he doesn't seem to dare to get too close. Apparently Lady's not too interested.
So as far as the name goes, I was pretty well sure I was going to use the name King, and then I hollered to the horses the other day and hung at King. I realized it sounds just almost the same as Ken, so I decided I didn't want to use that name. So now I'm leaning towards the name Baron, which a lot of people also have chose. So we'll see if I like that. And I just got to use it a little bit to see if it's something I want to use.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, everybody. So this is another day in this video. So often that happens. I don't just do one whole day. It's broken up into a few days. Well, last night we got a lot of rain. Here it is, the 3rd day of June, and a lot of times I've started to hay by now, but it is just no way in the world can I hay when we keep getting rain like this. You can see the amount of rain we got. I don't know for inches, but it's quite a lot of rain today. So what I would like to do today, though, is hitch onto my mowing machine. So here's my mowing machine. It's a number 9 McCormick Deering, and I've had it for quite a few years now. And as you can see by the looks of the wheels and tires here, the tread is pretty well all worn out. Probably worse on this one than this one. And the reason for that is because if I happen to be driving up and down the blacktop, this is the one that's on the blacktop. So over the years, it's worn out even worse than the other side. But this is the mowing machine that I always use. Well, I say always use. I actually have 2 of them. I have this one there. Then I have another one in my shed right here. And they're both usable machines. So even though we're not able to hay yet, I still would like to hitch onto this. I do a few things generally first thing in the year to make sure the mower's working properly, and I'll go show you what I normally do. One thing I like to do every year, kind of before I start haying, before the weather is such that I can't hay, I like to go through and mow the roadsides so that I can get the hay off the roadsides and off my electric fence. Today, though, I'm going to have to be careful if I try to mow these roadsides because the 2 younger colts are out in this pasture still, although I don't see them right now. But I need to be a little bit concerned about them with Lady. So I also like to go up this side and get all this hay and grass that's along my wooden fence, plus all the way through along the electric fence. Now, the town does go through every year and clip the roadsides, but I feel that I can take a little bit more time and do a little bit better job than they do. Because it's my own property, I like to, take a little bit more time and do it better. I wanted to show you one more thing when it comes to mowing hay. Well, let's go out in the field and I'll show you what I mean. So after you get a heavy rain like we got last night, this is what happens. We have what we call lodging. Now this hay, as you can see, is quite tall hay already. But when the rain hits it and the wind blows, it just lays this stuff right down. So it's just a few inches off the ground. So if you're trying to mow this hay this way, it just kind of slides right over the top of it and doesn't cut anything. If you mow it this way, so it gets underneath this hay, it will clip it down pretty clean. But it's hard to mow a field all one way. So it just makes for haying hay very difficult. When you're using a hay bine or a disc bine, it'll actually pick it up and is able to cut it. But with this, just a sickle bar mower, which is what I have, it can be very challenging to cut this type of hay. Now, also though, even though this hay is laying right down flat like this, if this sits here for 2 or 3 days, very good chance it will still push itself back up, so it's not lodged anywhere near as bad as it is right now. So in my situation here, the weather's not such to make hay anyways, so I'm hoping that by the time we get some nice weather, it will be standing upright enough so I can get underneath it and clip it. These are just some of the many challenges when it comes to haying. The weather is so important. I need a good 3 days to dry this hay, and we've had so much rain this year. We've got such a tremendous crop of hay that it's just a lot there to dry. Your big dairy farmers, even your small dairy farmers, they want to and they need to have such early cut hay to get the quality of hay that they need for the dairy cows. Fortunately for myself, all my hay goes to my horses and my beef cows, and I just don't need that early cut stuff for them. This later more matured type of hay works just fine for me. There's more stems in it, which means more fiber, but it's actually just as well for the horses and even the beef cows. They are generally not lactating during the wintertime, which is when they're getting fed this feed. I still have plenty of really high quality stuff with my new seeding and the clover and the wraparound bales that I have for the cows. But the hay that I sell to people, most of it's for horse people, so I just don't need that really early cut stuff. But as this stuff grows, the thicker it gets, and with all the rain, it's just going to be a tremendous crop, the harder it is to mow. And when you're dealing with these old mow machines, you have to have everything just perfect to be able to cut this stuff. But it's just another year, and we've done this over and over again. But there has been some years where it's been quite a challenge to mow with these old type mowers. Well, let's get the horses hitched up and we'll see if we can't clip some of the roadsides, and just to make sure the machine is working good so that when the weather is good for us, we can jump right on hay and go right at it. It does sound, even now, the forecast for the next 2 weeks is not good at all. There's a couple of nice days in there, but there's a lot of days it's cloudy and rainy, so we may not be making hay for a couple of weeks still, which is not good. We have so much land to cover. The sooner I get started, the sooner I'll get done. So this is actually the first time I've hitched up Bill in I think over 2 weeks. Because of his lameness on his front foot, he's had to take that much time off, but he is doing fine now, and it's great to get him back to work.
Good morning, Duke and Earl. So Jim was on this side of the road mowing the roadsides, but these young gentlemen had to come over and visit. So since there's just a little electric fence wire separating them, and they look eager to, hi boys, how are you? They look eager to visit Lady. Jim went down the other side of the road. Duke looks like he is leaning just as close as he can to the fence without touching it. How are you guys doing anyways out here? Probably getting a little unruly. Every once in a while they'll need to get back into the barn and remember all the things that they've learned. What are you doing, Earl? So we'll go down and see what Jim's doing down here. said it saves a lot of weed eating, and I said, yeah.
I'm gonna pass down to there, and the wooden fence to do it.
Okay.
Okay, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.